Is it going? So when I say power to the people, I'm like power to the people in the world that struggle and actually need stability to be able to come out of that hole and the struggle they're in. Which, like, I mean, all for I. If you've been there and you've struggled, had to pay rent, had to pay bills, had to do a few things, all for I that it has family members or kids or people to support and like struggling and all for I that when was it used to be when it was like, hey friend, hey, you want to borrow my shoes, want to borrow my jacket, like come over and stay, have a sleepover, like growing up as kids. But it was like friend, where's the friendship? I mean, does everybody in the world have a friend? Ask yourself that. Does everybody have a friend? But I mean, who's really acting like a friend when it's like, geez, wonder what we should do? Well, I mean, these people, I mean, you think you put them to work. I mean, they're good at something, but they're like out there in the cold. I mean, suit them up, hook them up. I mean, they could be the people that the watchtowers of Portland. I mean, I heard the protests up there, the people that are struggling and needing help. But I mean, hook them up with make them look good, dress them up, make them feel good, walk around the city, pay them. Like I mean, where do they get paid? I mean, do you think they're gonna keep a secret or help somebody or report something in when they see something bad because they don't know anything otherwise? I mean, they just see it all happen on the streets, whether it's a fight breaking out, fighting over food, fighting over blankets, or just everybody being grumpy on the streets and always having call-ins or whether they have to deal with it, the city has to deal with it. But like, I mean, how hard would it be to get the funds to suit them all up and give them a job, whether it's walking around the city doing some town cleanup and keeping an eye on actual terrorists running through a bit. But I mean, for the most part, like, I mean, these protesters are crying out for help. It's not just they're angry at you or this and that or forgive and forget, but they would want to be a friend with the state. They would want to. I mean, I don't know if it's vice versa. You guys are both attacking each other because you guys ain't listening or they ain't listening or no one understands what's really going on. But I mean, really get inside, deep inside, and understand what the real needs is. I mean, all for I that has struggled and been there before without nothing and walked the streets scared, don't know what you're gonna do, what's coming next, and how to hustle a buck or how to get a dollar just to feed your hunger, or what you're gonna do to do something nice to be able to deserve a plate of food and you have some warmth over you. I mean, it's either or, vice versa. Just out there struggling and trying to come up with something just to figure out what to do, what's next. But I mean, for me, I've struggled before, and it's not fun. And miracles are true because I've been down and I've been hurt before, where I've had nothing, but someone was always there to help pick me back up. Like, it's okay, brother. Break bread. Here you go. We're in the same shoes. But I mean, when they say don't leave another man, I mean, this is for the soldiers and the vets out there and people that's out there. But when they say don't leave another fallen man behind, who are these people? These are our people. Everybody in the world has two arms, two legs, and they have a heart and a brain. Now I don't know where to start beginning. I mean, if the streets would be cleaner, if the people would be cleaner, and less things and would be going on disaster-wise, like by starting to get to the one of the things that's happening. I mean, is it too hard to understand that we have people that are on the street? I mean, you think there'd be retaliations if it got worse in due time? Like, I mean, out of one person out of 1,000 people, do you think one would retaliate against somebody because they're sticking up for all their people on the streets? But I mean, what if one person started something where all the people started something? But I mean, to know that those are our people on the streets, I mean, who really lives around them and who works around them? But I mean, like, we pay our taxes and stuff, and people will go out and pay mortgages and pay, on their houses and whatnot. But I mean, like, Who comes in and repos their things? Who comes in and repos uh like people's houses and things and everything and all the money they actually worked for the rest of all their life? I mean, where does that money go? I mean, I'm sure isn't that part of the state where they come in and they just take over and they take everything that someone had? But I mean, for the most part, I don't know. I wish that I had the means to be able to come through there and be like, hey, but I mean, people, come on now. I mean, it's like it's too hard to understand that someone's reaching out for help. I mean, for the Catholics and Christians and the people out there, I mean, what about the time when they say, I mean, they got it going on in free Catholic places where you can eat at soup kitchens and different places where they're feeding the homeless off of the streets or whatnot or this and that. But when God said, uh, and when God sat there and He provided fish, food, and He provided for everybody, but it was like breaking bread, but it's like the people that are misled or misstood is like who's the ones that's really misled, because we're giving all our trust in the society itself and the world is in safe hands and everything's being worked on. But like, I mean, look at all these empty places in the world, or look at how much space there is, and how hard would it be to hire somebody to be able to put up some places for the homeless? I mean, it's so easy to get at people like and look at people on the street that do a crime and steal something and put them in and lock them up. But I mean, can't you make something to where they can have a place to learn and there will be less crime? I mean, you want to bring the crime down. I mean, come on now. I mean, when does people get gut feelings where they have nothing, they go through life and it just gets so bad in their life they don't care, and then they go out and do something stupid or something bad happens, or and you don't know why these things happen. They just happen, and then you hear it on the news later of what really happened. But really, I mean, what's really power to the people, and what's power to our taxes that we pay, and like, and let alone what is the odds of just understanding? I mean, and getting to some, you know, uh, I mean, recreation. I mean, come on now, like there's a lot of resources out there, and there's a lot. This is a big world, but I mean, it would be cool to put up a funds if someone out there had the means to put up funds. I mean, I don't know if I could ever, if I could put a funds out there for the people and open up something to where it, like, I mean, these guys say you ain't got the funds or this and that, or for the people or this and that, but I mean, how many people do have the funds, like, to open something and make money off of, to put money into the people that need help? I mean, and then like with all those people, extra hands, and the people that are on the streets and the people that are suffering. I mean, how hard would it be for one person or a millionaire or someone to come forth and say, look, I want to open up this place, open it up and build it up, and teaching people of how to be kind, how to be sharing and caring and loving, but also uh, resources, how to present yourself and like dressing up and feeling nice to be able to get a job, or open up something where it's just like schooling for the people that struggle, and it's like a big giant school where they struggle, they learn struggling skills and how not to be misled or understood, of understanding of where they belong, and they feel where they have a future, and they feel like there's somebody that's lifting them up. But I mean, like, also, like, with that many hands and that many homeless people, I mean, just think what you could do, and you could build up the city with. I mean, these guys, they can walk, protest, they have arms and legs, but I mean, like, these people could come in handy in a tight pinch. I mean, would you rather have these guys on your side? I mean, that's a pretty good protest they got everywhere around the world. I mean, those guys, wow, it's like, imagine having that force on your side. I mean, but I mean, like, what's the odds on either side? I mean, really, there's so many forces out there. I mean, we got the United States of the world. I mean, who's really trying to attack the world and who's against who? It's like, come on now. So anyway, I gotta get off here. I've said enough. Anyway.